Hi, I'm Robert Tolpe, and today we're talking about how people on TikTok will believe absolutely anything you present to them without questioning it, no matter how ridiculous your story is. And TikTok has no shortage of ridiculous stories, from silly hoaxes to urban legends to incredibly dangerous political disinformation. Many TikToks contain information that is misrepresented or inaccurate. Some of these videos get millions of views, and judging from the comment sections, a large percentage of viewers unquestioningly believe their claims. But why? Is it simply because people on TikTok are too young or too clueless to discover the truth about a video? That's what I initially thought, but it turns out that I was wrong. Before I begin the video, I'd like to thank Atlas VPN for sponsoring this video. Right now, Atlas VPN is running a huge discount. That means you can get a 3-year subscription for just $1.83 a month, plus 3 months for free with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Time is running out, so get your deal by clicking the link in the video description below. 2 months ago, I posted this video to my TikTok page. In it, my allegedly psychic dog seems to communicate with the ghost of my grandfather.
Here.
Grandpa isn't here right now.
It's Grandpa. Here.
No, he isn't here. He's gone, Molly. What are you looking at?
Grandpa.
Grandpa, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh my God. This is shocking paranormal footage. Ghost caught on camera, not clickbait. Of course, the video was fake. The couch print was CGI, and in the unaltered footage, I'm actually sitting right in front of the dog feeding her treats so that she presses the buttons. I crafted that TikTok to look as realistic as possible, but no matter how real the TikTok looks, you'd think that 0 people would believe it to be true because what is happening in the video is physically impossible. Despite the obvious fakery, it must have been at least entertaining to watch because the video received over 1 million likes and 8 million views. When I opened the comment section, I expected to see a bunch of laughing emojis, and yes, a lot of people did understand that the video was a joke, but a concerning amount of viewers expressed that the video sent chills down their spine and that it made them believe that ghosts are among us. You'd expect these comments to be written by a younger demographic, but the duets and stitches on the video reveal that these beliefs were held by adults who appeared to be in their 30s or older. It's easy to forget that TikTok isn't a dancing app for youngins anymore. More than 1/3 of the app's billion monthly active users are over the age of 29. This leaves me wondering, why on earth would a perfectly normal adult fall for an obviously doctored video? And if they're falling for this video, is that an indication of a larger problem here? When we think of a platform for adults aged 29 plus, we think of Facebook. Facebook has received the brunt of criticism regarding the proliferation of misinformation and disinformation on its platform. From Cambridge Analytica to the events of January 6, 2021, it seems almost every major political catastrophe can be linked back to false information hosted on Facebook servers. But that's mostly due to the sheer number of people that use its service every month. It has a user base that is twice as large as TikTok. Of course it will have more impact on the world, and naturally, information on such a big platform is harder to control because there's simply more of it. While all eyes point to Facebook as the source of all evil, TikTok has been growing rapidly over the past few years. Although it hasn't grown without scandal, there doesn't seem to be as much media scrutiny of misinformation on TikTok when compared to other platforms. In fact, 9 out of 10 headlines about TikTok just say something along the lines of "New dangerous China trend afflicts dancing Charli D'Amelio" or whatever. And a good chunk of the articles that you see with headlines like that may have actually been part of Facebook's campaign to slander its main competitor in the press. And that's not a hunch on my part. That's something Facebook, or Meta, same difference, has actually done. There is very little organic investigative reporting about misinformation on TikTok. So what does misinformation on the platform look like? And does the nature of TikTok's algorithm lend itself to spreading it more readily than other platforms? When you watch content online, it's important to take precautions against bad actors who are constantly trying to steal your personal information. That's why using Atlas VPN is a good idea, because VPNs encrypt your internet traffic such that your internet service provider or people using your Wi-Fi network can't go snooping around in your data. With Atlas VPN, you can also change your virtual location to a wide array of countries in order to unlock content on streaming services that is only licensed to a certain geographic area. Using this same feature, you can also unlock location-specific pricing in order to save money on your favorite items when shopping online. Atlas VPN is also very affordable and currently deeply discounted. So what are you waiting for? Right now, Atlas VPN is running a huge sale. It means you can get a 3-year subscription for just $1.83 a month, plus 3 months for free with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Time is running out, so get your deal by clicking the link in the video description below. Back to what misinformation on TikTok looks like. It, most of the time, looks similar to videos like my little ghost TikTok. There are a lot of hoaxes, and a lot of the stories being told in videos are not true. Their topics usually range from aliens and ghosts to whether or not they reuse pizza at Chuck E. Cheese. This misinformation doesn't seem all that concerning. I mean, TikTok isn't concerned about it. I read their guidelines, which has a detailed section on misinformation. Simply saying something that isn't true, or even creating a digital forgery, is not against their guidelines, even if that information causes commercial or reputational harm. If Chuck E. Cheese went to TikTok and said, "Hey, can you take down this video that says we reuse pizza?" TikTok would simply shrug their shoulders and say, "It's not against our guidelines, so you're out of luck." Their guidelines specify that misinformation must cause significant harm, specifically causing serious physical injury, illness, or death, severe psychological trauma, large-scale property damage, and the undermining of public trust in civic institutions and processes such as governments, elections, and scientific bodies. That's the kind of harm that they're talking about. But can seemingly innocuous videos, such as my video of a dog communicating with the dead, be significantly harmful? There's a lot of people who would say yes, and their argument goes something like this. If people think this fake video is true, what other fake things might they be more likely to believe? Or, if people find out this fake video is fake, what other things might they begin to believe are fake? I have a tendency to disagree with that slippery slope argument. While there are certainly rabbit holes you can fall down, the vast majority of people who view viral misinformation online, which is literally 99% of the population, do not go on to become radical nutjobs. But it's important not to ignore the shockingly large percentage of people who do in fact become radical nutjobs. 16% of the US population believes in freaking 17th letter of the alphabet anon, for God's sake. But I would hesitate to attribute this group's distorted worldview to videos like the ones I post on TikTok. People who sound the alarm about these types of videos point to a supposed pipeline that turns people from viral hoax watchers to 17th letter of the alphabet anon theorists. They say, for example, that someone who watches this video I made, which claims that Ariana Grande's wax figure melted at Madame Tussauds because the AC broke, will then proceed to watch a video about Nancy Pelosi being drunk or something, and because they believed one outlandish thing, they're more likely to believe another one. This cycle supposedly repeats over and over, and suddenly they believe that lizard people rule the earth or whatever. To me, that explanation seems like it's trying to provide a rational explanation for a behavior that is completely irrational. The reality is, many people don't need to dip their toes into the waters of benign misinformation in order to believe harmful, illogical things that aren't true. They often just plunge right in. I remember a disturbing thing that my professor said in a history class I took about Europe during the 20th century. And you know what big and tragic event happened in Europe during the 20th century. The terrible man who orchestrated that event very famously warned against telling little lies. They don't work. People know what little lies look like because they tell them all the time. This is why he said to tell the big lie, because that's what people will believe. If you read accounts of people who fall down the rabbit hole into these kinds of harmful conspiracies that result in mass devastation, their journey usually begins with a Facebook friend sharing a post of a larger conspiracy on their wall. For example, a video describing wild theories about leaked emails of a high-ranking politician, or an infographic showing made-up statistics about disappearing children. The most harmful misinformation is that which fits into a larger narrative. This is why I don't believe that any random TikTok that generally just isn't true will suck people into conspiratorial thinking. A video about Ariana Grande's wax figure melting leads nowhere. People see it in their feed and move on with their lives. Perhaps they encounter more false videos, but you can't really draw a direct line from Ariana Grande all the way to the theory that Nancy Pelosi is an animatronic controlled remotely from Hunter Biden's laptop, or whatever 2/3 of the Republican Party believes these days. So what, then, is the problem with stupid TikToks spreading misinformation? Well, problems can arise when a dangerous TikTok appears very similar to one that isn't so dangerous. A digital hoax of Ariana Grande's eyes appearing to shapeshift into lizard eyes might appear in the form of a TikTok quite similar to mine. It may seem goofy and harmless, but it turns out that this conspiracy sneakily taps into the subconscious prejudice people have towards Jewish people. Hashtag lizard people has over 88 million views on TikTok, despite the lizard people conspiracy being essentially a remix of a forged anti-Semitic document known as the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, where the word Jew was replaced with the word lizard. A TikTok that provides evidence for the lizard people conspiracy can contribute directly to the same anti-Semitism that drives other conspiracies, especially 17th letter of the alphabet anon. So in the case of a TikTok like that, you can, in fact, draw a line from that TikTok to the most dangerous conspiracies out there. So how is it possible to fight this, especially when a very harmful TikTok can look so similar to a relatively benign one? Well, this is why media literacy is so critical. As both a creator and a consumer of content, it is partially on my shoulders to do something about harmful content online. Unfortunately, when you have a big platform, it can be incredibly easy to screw up. Remember that lizard people TikTok idea? Well, back before I cracked open a history book, I thought the lizard people conspiracy was just a silly little thing that was popular on the internet. As part of a series of videos satirizing internet conspiracy culture, I made a video where I joked that whatever TikTok e-boy that was popular 2 years ago was a lizard person and zoomed in on his obviously photoshopped eyes. I'd firstly like to apologize for making that, because even though the comment section did not take the video seriously, thank God, it was still harmful, and in retrospect, not a fun thing to joke about. When I reflect on that video, I question why TikTok didn't just take it down. I had to eventually take it down myself. The reason why moderation exists is not only to stop bad actors from causing harm, but also to stop people who have no ill intent from posting damaging videos. TikTok definitely has a responsibility to limit the damage that those videos cause to the people using their app. And if there's any app that should be very careful with moderation, it should be TikTok, because their product is so good at curating content for an individual that when videos have dangerous misinformation in them, the algorithm finds the exact person that will be vulnerable to that misinformation. Your For You page becomes this endless feed of videos that are able to connect with you on such a personal level that you receive information from it as you would receive information from a close friend. It's quite scary, to be honest. And the people developing these artificially intelligent algorithms should really stop and think good, long, and hard about the consequences of showing absolutely anything to people as long as it will hold their attention or get them to press the like button. While TikTok should totally work to enforce their guidelines that they themselves wrote, I know that no platform can remove every harmful piece of information in existence. This is why people need to learn to look at any piece of content with critical eyes and ask, why was this video made? Is it serious or a joke? Is it genuinely trying to inform me about something, or is it just claiming absolutely anything for views? Where does this video come from? If you ask any one of those questions, you'll be able to debunk most false videos that show up on your For You page. It helps that there are also many people that make videos debunking viral hoaxes, and these can teach people the very simple lesson that you shouldn't believe everything you see online. In a way, the debunking of small hoaxes serves as an inoculation against the damage that bigger hoaxes may cause, as people learn to approach things with a logical mindset. As a visual effects editor, this is why I like to show my TikTok audience how I make my videos, so that they can develop an eye for digital trickery. I hope that if they encounter a piece of dangerous disinformation, they'll know what red flags to look for. Anyways, I'm Robert Tolpe, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and maybe even support me on Patreon if you have $1 a month to spare, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye-bye!